Welcome to Tri-Valley Sports Final, your program for the best in local sports action. On this week's show, Braden Make-Lee is outstanding on the mound as the Grannada Matadors take on the Foothill Falcons. Naeem Ibrahim leads the way at the plate as the Foothill softball team squares off against the Dublin Gales. And Jacob Smithson comes up big as the Livermore boys volleyball team battles Foothill. All that plus Dublin Grannada boys volleyball and much more right here on Tri-Valley Sports Final. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. I'm Ian Bartholomew. On this week's show, we'll have softball as Foothill battles Dublin. We'll also see some of the North Coast section's top boys volleyball teams as Livermore takes on Foothill and Dublin meets Grannada. But we start off with a big Mountain Division matchup in EBAL baseball. And to bring us that, it's my co-host, Tim Sabrandi.
Great. Thank you, Ian. The Grannada baseball team on a roll. Despite graduating 18 seniors off last year's squad, the two-time defending EBAL champion Matadors are once again in the thick of the league race. Grannada ranks 10th in the latest East Bay Times baseball poll. Recently, they squared off against another top team, the 11th ranked Foothill Falcons. And there you see the Falcons getting set to take the field on a beautiful Sunday, sunny afternoon. And we get things going. Dylan Souza is on first base, and we see some nice defense, though, from Grannada. Creedon, and the runner is thrown out. Next batter is Hudson Flora. He gets the base hit, but the Falcons would end up leaving runners stranded. So we go to the top of the second. Joseph Holt, he doubles this one off the wall. Nice relay throw prevents any further advancement, but he would also be left stranded. So we go to the bottom of the third, and there's Dylan Souza again. Trying to get things going with for the Falcons with the base hit to left. That'd be followed by Hudson Flora, who would single to center. So we got runners now, first and second. So Grannada pitcher Braden Make-Lee gets one strikeout there, trying to get out of a jam. And then there he gets another strikeout, this time called strike three looking, and the Falcons don't score. So we go to the top of the fourth. Max Rouchelot on first after a bunt single, utilizing his speed. And there's Jack Badger. He would end up getting a double to left. He's fired up right there. Runners at second and third, Matadors threatening to get on the board, and they would get on the board indeed with this sac fly to center by Joseph Holt. And the Matadors strike first, up at this point 1-0. Now we go to the bottom of the fourth inning, and we got Make-Lee. He's still dealing, strikes out the batter. He would end up with 10 strikeouts in the game. Top of the fifth now, Grannada trying to extend that narrow lead. Jesse Peterson, infield single. And then we see Luke Creedon. This one gets the double down the right field line. And both Peterson and Creedon would end up scoring on that one. So Grannada opens up its lead a little bit now, up 3-0. Looking to do more damage in the top of the sixth. Jack Badger, he would single to left and then end up going to second. On the air, he's excited. Foothill in the bottom of the sixth, try to make one of their last stands. Aiden Tavares, he would get a single. He would be left stranded. And Grannada still up 3-0. Nice job there. Max Rouchelot, he would end up getting a double to right. And then Jack Badger, he'd been causing havoc all day long in the lineup, and here we see it again, the double to center. Rouchelot would score. That would end up putting the game out of reach, and then the game would end right here as the final strikeout by Brendan Hahn. And you see the final score there. Braden Make-Lee and Brandon Hahn combined on a 5-hit shutout with 12 strikeouts as the Matadors win. Jack Badger, meanwhile, providing the offensive heroics with 3 hits, including 2 doubles and an RBI. Afterwards, Make-Lee and Badger talked about the victory.
They got some really great bats in that lineup, so I mean, just attacking my spots. Coach Jason does a really great job with pitch calling, so I mean, I trust him full capabilities. So just hitting my spots and doing what I need to do to get over here and have success. It's always great to have a win against a really great team like Foothill, especially when it's league play. I losing 18 guys last year, I mean, that definitely hurt, but the culture stayed, and all of our guys out here, we're rallying, and we're doing what we need to do. Every time we go to the ballpark, we're out here and we're competing.
We've all been coming together and just trying to get one goal done, and that's win ball games. Offense has been lacking a little bit, and we've known that. We've been trying to get better, and we're working every day, and it really showed today. Braden Make-Lee on the bump, giving us some room to work with. We know he's going to shove, and we know he's going to do his thing, so that lets us work at the plate, and it showed today. We know they're a good squad. We play with a lot of those guys, so it's a rivalry, but at the end of the day, it's always fun. We're playing baseball, and that's what we love to do.
So Grannada finishes the regular season with the games against San Ramon Valley in California, but moving on to the North Coast Section playoffs. Foothill, meanwhile, will finish up against Amador Valley in a home-and-home series for city bragging rights in Pleasanton. Both these teams could do some damage in NCS.
Yeah, absolutely. Both have good pitching and some good hitting, and you never know. You get in the playoffs, so you could definitely go far. Foothill has their own ace in Ryan Cooney, undefeated so far this year. Pitching very well. Him and Make-Lee are really two of the best in the league.
Yeah, Make-Lee was certainly dealing on this night, 10 strikeouts, and then you follow that with Hahn coming in. That's certainly tough to compete for any lineup.
And that's going to do it for baseball. Up next, we'll have softball as Foothill takes on Dublin. Plus, a little later, we'll see Livermore and Foothill square off in an EBAL volleyball matchup. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. It's been another good season for the Foothill softball team. A NorCal semifinalist last year. The Falcons graduated 4 Division I players off that team, including former EBAL MVP Casey Burdick, Sophia Burdick, Ellie Nowitzki, and Jordan McCafferty. Recently, the Falcons look to continue their march towards the postseason as they squared off against the Dublin Gales. We go out to Foothill. Falcons take the field. Dublin threatens in the first inning, though. Freshman Gabrielle Cooper reaches out and punches it into center. She holds it first. Sydney Salazar then grounds a pitch up the middle. It rolls into short center. Cooper races to third. Both runners, however, would be left stranded. Foothill mounts a threat of their own in the bottom of the first. Alexa Sponsel drills an opposite field single. She would go on to steal second. Naima Braham then crushes a ball to deep right. This one rolls all the way to the fence. Sponsel rounds third and races home as the Falcons grab a 1-0 lead. Braham holds it third with a triple. Myra Galzi then rips a base hit up the middle. That plates Braham to make it 2-0. Madden Dinslate Kleinfelter then grounds a ball that rolls into center. That puts runners at first and second for Madison Espino, who walks. Bases loaded for Gwendolyn Bull, who bloops a base hit to center. Courtesy runner NorCal scores as the lead grows to 3-0. In the second, Dublin tries to rally. Elena Ha walks. Charlie Seacat then grounds a ball through the hole. Runners would advance to second and third on a double steal. Bailey Lowell then bounces to third. Foothill records the out at first, but on the play, Ha scores as the Gales cut the lead to 3-1. Could have been more, but Galzi makes a great defensive play. She makes the catch, then tags the runner for a double play. That retires the side. In the bottom of the third, Genevieve Duncalf singles to center. She, however, would be left stranded. In the fourth, Dublin looks to add to their total as Alana Hall grounds it off the third baseman and reaches base safely. Charlie Seacat then lines a base hit to right. 2 on by Myra Galzi. Escapes on this hard shot off third. Bree Olson fields and steps on the bag for the final out. Falcons threaten in the bottom of the inning. Bree Olson with an opposite field single. She would steal second. Alexa Sponsel then grounds a ball up the middle. It rolls all the way to the fence. She slides into third with a triple. Olsen scores to make it 4-0. Naima Braham then picks up her third hit of the game with this shot that lands just inside the line. It rolls under the fence. The ground rule double drives in Sponsel as the lead grows to 5-1. In the fifth, Gabby Frailer comes through with a big hit for Dublin as she lines a pitch into the gap. She holds at second with a double, but Foothill's defense prevents any further damage. Blooper to right, Genevieve Duncalf makes the great diving catch. That retires the side. Falcons now look to put the game away. Madison Espino walks. Kaya Pentney then also walks. Brie Olsen then grounds an opposite field single. That loads the bases for Sponsel, who also walks. That drives an Espino, making it 6-1. Naima Braham then picks up her fourth hit of the game with this liner into the gap. She goes into second with her second double of the afternoon. Sponsel, Kelly Zephyron, and Olsen score as the lead grows to 9-1. And Myra Galzi puts the finishing touches on the victory as she drives it into right. Ball gets away. Braham races around third and scores. Galzi has a triple as Foothill goes on to defeat Dublin 10-1. Naima Braham paces a 12-hit attack as she goes 4 for 4 with 5 runs batted in. Afterwards, she and some of her teammates said it was a good win for the Falcons.
It feels pretty good to get this win. Last year, we lost to a lot of really great players last year, like the Burdicks, Ellie, Amanda, Jordan, Emily. So it kind of feels great to be able to step into their shoes and kind of fill a little bit and help my team out. The last time we played Dublin, we got a big lead and we kind of deflated and fell apart. So it feels really good to stay up and keep it on in this game.
I felt pretty good, honestly. I'm just happy we've come off of 2 wins for this week. This was a 2-0 week. I definitely think that I made a lot of plays. I fielded my position pretty well this game, and we got a few Ks. The team's been doing pretty well too. Our bats were pretty good, and I think everyone's just really good at picking each other up.
I think it was really a team effort, and I think that we have grown stronger as a team throughout the season, and we have been keep fighting throughout the game and not letting up, and I think that really went into our game and how our win.
We've totally changed the team dynamic from the first couple games, especially since we lost a lot of our good seniors last year. Actually, they were all really good, and having a lot of freshmen just makes it hard sometimes, but we do it, and they're really good they're really good on our team as well. As the season has gone on, we've definitely kind of excelled at offensively, especially when we play small ball and hitting during practice. We really lock in.
Foothill finished up the regular season with a 5-1 win over Amador. They're 11-11. Dublin, meanwhile, is 9-15, but they went 3-2 in their last 5 games. And both these teams are so young. Foothill with only 3 seniors, Dublin with 4, so they're going to be teams to watch for a while.
Both teams definitely on the rise. This was a big win for Foothill because essentially this is what made them playoff eligible. Mm-hmm. They avenged the earlier loss to Dublin earlier in the year, and Dublin finishing strong in an 8-game improvement over last year. With all that talent coming back and more coming in, they're going to be a program to watch. Mm-hmm. From softball now, we're going to go to boys volleyball and a team who had their best season ever, the Livermore Cowboys, taking on a perennial power, the Foothill Falcons. And there we see the action from the auxiliary gym at Foothill High School, new gym under construction. We pick it up right here. Livermore leading 1-0, but Foothill with the point there. And Livermore, though, answering back. That would be Jacob Smithson with the kill. Now Livermore, this time it's Manrique with the kill. Nicholas Manrique. But that one again. So Falcons. Now look at that save right there. Amazing save. And an amazing block. Look at that, Jeremy's son. So excellent sequence for the Falcons, and then the son follows it right up with an ace. So Falcons a little bit of momentum there, and they're looking to keep it going. It's Josh Salonga. What a beautiful set to winner Alexander with the kill on the backside. Salonga is such a weapon, one of the best in the league in his setting. But another one of the best in the league is Smithson with his offensive prowess, getting the kill there. And now this time we see Nicholas Manrique, one of his 10 kills. Foothill though, staying in it. Salonga again, beautiful pass to Thomas Putararu. And here we see on the defensive side, Livermore, Armand Batia with the block. So we're tied 22-22 right here. Salonga, Jeremy Sun, beautiful cross-court kill. So Falcons threatening, but Livermore ultimately would prevail. Here we see set point as Miles Ewell would have one of his 9 kills, none of them bigger than that, as Livermore wins set 2, 26-24. So the Cowboys break the huddle and they get things going offensively. Armand Batia, a balanced afternoon for him, 7 kills, 6 blocks. Foothill, Jeremy Sun, he would be the match leader with 14 kills. This time Sun helping to set the table for the offense to Salonga. This time it's Rushil Vidata. So nice job there. This time now Josh Salonga serving. And there's Patararu, one of his 4 blocks to go with 11 kills to help lead Foothill. But Smithson is just such a dominant player. He also would finish with 14 kills, and Livermore would ultimately end up prevailing in 4 sets. You see the final score there. Smithson and McIntosh leading the way for the Cowboys. Both these teams have had very good seasons, and particularly Livermore, a historic season for the Cowboys.
Yeah, they really broke through this year. Had a couple of 19 and 15 seasons prior to this, after years and years of struggling. But suddenly to come away with 32 wins. Coach Buchenauer done an amazing job there.
He definitely has. I mean, this is a team that has been on the rise. They've been a good team, a solid team, but this year, one of the best in the entire North Coast section, and you can see it there with the win over a perennial power like Foothill.
And that'll do it for these teams. Up next, we'll have 2 more perennial league and NCS contenders as Dublin takes on Grannada. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. Before the break, we saw 2 of the North Coast section's top boys volleyball teams, 32-win Livermore and 10-time EBAL and 4-time NCS champion Foothill. Now we move on to 2 more perennial EBAL and NCS title contenders as Dublin takes on Grannada. We go out to Dublin. Gales would win the first set, move on to set 2. Brody DeQuisto passes to Aran Beretti, who delivers a no-look pass to Dhruv Vijay Kumar for a point. Moments later, Ricky Santamaria saves to David Din, over to Vijay Kumar, who drives it home. Vijay Kumar and Santamaria are both juniors. This time, Santamaria serves. Mats try to set up the kill, but Vijay Kumar is there for the block. Grannada tries to rally. Tristan Cox serves, but Chase Donaldson taps it over for a winner. Now Rudy Roa passes to Donaldson, over to Xander Dennis for the rip. More Matadors. Dublin tries to set up a kill, but Dylan Bell is there for the rejection. Gales respond. Din to Beretti to Vijay Kumar. Back and forth we go. Gales try to set it up, but Jared Cortez, number 5, is there for the block. Gales will be just too much though. Cox to Beretti to Vijay Kumar as Dublin goes on to defeat Grannada in 4 sets. There you see the final score. Gales won both matches they played against the Matadors this season. This was a close one. The second and 4th set could have gone either way.
Yeah, 27-25. Doesn't get much closer than that. Credit for Grannada for staying with them. Dublin, we talked about Livermore's historic season. Dublin, also an outstanding season for the Gales.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back with more, including our Tri-Valley Sports Final Athletes of the Week right after these messages, so please stay with us.
Our Tri-Valley Sports Final athletes of the week are Foothill softball player Naima Braham and Grannada baseball player Braden Make-Lee. Make-Lee ranks as one of the Bay Area's top pitchers. He's currently 6-2 with a microscopic 1.17 ERA. He struck out 69 batters in 54 innings while allowing only 8 walks. Braham, meanwhile, ranks as one of the Bay Area's top hitters. The San Jose State signee is batting .392 with 7 home runs and 29 runs batted in. Among her top recent games, a 4-for-4 effort with 2 doubles, a triple, and 5 RBI against Dublin. For their excellence on the diamond, Grannada's Braden Make-Lee and Foothill's Naima Braham are Tri-Valley Sports Final athletes of the week. Congratulations to them. And on our next show, we'll have volleyball as Livermore and Dublin square up for the EBAL Boys Championship. Cowboys won the 2 regular season meetings, so the Gales will be looking to snap that streak. Both teams among the elites in the entire Bay Area.
Yeah, no doubt about that. These 2 teams very evenly matched, and even though Livermore won the first 2 contests, they were good battles, and it's going to be an exciting finish for the E-ball title.
Mm-hmm. And we'll also get you caught up on boys and girls lacrosse. We'll see the Amador girls and the Foothill Amador and Livermore boys teams. Some outstanding lacrosse play this season, particularly Dublin girls and Grannada boys.
Yeah, Dublin girls trying to continue the momentum from last year. And same with Grannada boys. Both of those programs are kind of built in to juggernauts, and then Foothill, Amador, traditional powers in lacrosse. So finishing the season strong and trying to make that push for NCS.
Yep, and we'll have some other action as well, but that will do it for this edition of Tri-Valley Sports Final. Kim Sabrani, I'm Ian Bartholomew. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.